Hey homegirls, I'm Heidi with Happily Thriving Heidi, and today we are going to be doing 3 Dollar Tree DIYs, so let's get started. Your supplies you're going to need are 3 large red balls from the Dollar Tree, and then these 3 decor items that you can pick up for $1 each. Now, when I figured out that I could cut these ornaments, I knew right away that I wanted to turn this into a parachute so that I can have these 3 little items of Santa, the reindeer, and the penguin to be parachuting down from my ceilings. So it's really simple. Just take a pair of scissors and you're going to poke a hole into it, and then you're going to cut around in a circle. You want to keep the part that has the actual hanging part at the top, so that way you can use that later to hang up your decor. So you're going to take your Sharpie marker and you're now going to create scallops, but you're going to want to find the seam line on the ornament. It should be there really easy to see. And then at that beginning seam line, you're going to create scallops going over to the other side. You're going to do 4 in between each seam line. So you're going to see me do 1, and then 2, 3, and then the last one I go back over to the seam line, 4. And the reason why you're doing that is because you're going to want 4 on one side and 4 on the other side so that you have an even number, and then you're going to do 4 as well on the back side of the ornament. Once you've gotten all the way around with your Sharpie marker and you've created these scallops, you're then going to take your scissors and you're going to snip at the end points where the scallops meet, and you're just going to snip really easily. This plastic is super easy to cut. And then you're going to take your scissors and just work your way slowly and carefully up around that arch. And then you're going to just repeat that going all over the other scallops until they are all cut out and done. I really had a lot of fun doing this, and I think even kids could do this if you want to do a DIY with your grandchildren or even your children at home. I just think that these are so cool, and to be able to hang up in a children's room for holiday decor if you like to decorate their room or just put something a little special in their room. Once you've got it all cut out, it still looks a little too plain, so I decided to take some white paint, and then you're just going to go around the ornament. And this is the reason why you needed 8 scallops, because when you're done, you're going to have 4 white, and we're just going to say triangles. You're going to have 4 white scalloped triangles and then 4 red scalloped triangles. So when you're going around, just take your time, don't rush it. And I found that I wanted 2 coats of white paint. You could even do 3 if you really wanted it to be like a solid crisp white. There's something about this red spray paint on these balls that they do kind of peek through, so I do recommend doing 2 to 3 coats of white paint. Then once it's all dried and you like the way that it looks, you could leave it like this, or you can make it a little fancier. I'm going to take some glitter and decorate this and make it a little more special. But first, let's not forget the bottom side. So you're going to take some of the red paint that you have on hand, and then you're just going to quickly paint the inside of it. Now I liked 2 coats of red paint because I just felt like it covered it better. I'm always a fan of having a nice painting job so that it looks like a quality decoration versus something we DIY'd. So let that dry on the bottom, and then with some Mod Podge, you're going to take a really thick amount of it and go over only the white part of the parachute. Once you've got that on, you're going to then take some glitter and just sprinkle it all over, really covering it well, and then do the other 4 sides. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. Put it to the side to really let it dry, and while it is, go over and pick up your 3 little figurines, and you are just going to twist until the bottom part snaps right off. This comes off really easy. Next, you're going to take some rope from the Dollar Tree, and I've talked about this before in my other DIY videos, but I love this rope because you can use it at this thickness, or once you've got 3 cut, you're going to need 3 of these. Once you've got them cut, you can take them and untwist them so that they're not so thick, but it's still a nice thick piece of twine. And I just think that this is the coolest way to be able to use this rope. Now what you're going to do is you are going to take 2 of those ropes, and you are going to take your little figurine, and right where their hands are, because all of their hands are facing up as if they already want to be parachuting down, you're going to hot glue on both arms your twine. Now make sure you make the twine all the same length so that when you hang it up, Santa is not kind of leaning crooked on the parachute. And then all you have to do is line the twine up to his armpits and then bring it all the way up. Even if he has a present, it's not going to change the dimensions of how he hangs and moves on the parachute. Then when your parachute top is dry, go ahead and take a cute little green bow. I picked up that ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And then on the flip side, you're going to take some hot glue, and from one corner going all the way over to the other corner, make sure you've got the right direction with your bow. You don't want your bow to end up crooked or sideways. You're going to add a thick line of hot glue and then simply hot glue those ropes right down into place. And then to make sure they're really secure, take some more hot glue and go over them. Now I did put a lot because I really wanted it to be on there strong and not come off over time. And to clean up your project, add some red paint to hide the hot glue.
What did you think of that project? Leave a comment down below if you liked that one. Now, if you don't know already, I am partnering up with Nicole for my friends DIYs through Christmas. Nicole's channel is called Week's Nest, and she is also going to be doing 3 Dollar Tree DIYs. So make sure you head over to her channel, let her know that I sent you by leaving a little snowflake in your comments. And if you like her channel, send her some love by subscribing to her channel. I hope you like the next 2 DIYs, so let's just jump right into the next one.
For our next project, you are going to pick up one of these gift boxes. I think they're meant for wine. The Sonboul home does not drink wine, but I knew I wanted to use this for something else. It was the perfect height. So I went ahead and spray painted it. Once it was all spray painted, I gathered these other supplies, some buttons, some ribbon, this darling little hat from the Dollar Tree. It's actually an ornament, and I just cut off the ribbon at the top. Then you're going to go ahead and hot glue that down to the top of the box where you can pull the lid off. Once you've got that in place, go ahead and take one of the picks that they have at the Dollar Tree and just disassemble it and start hot gluing things on that you think look pretty. So I added on this greenery pine stem and also this pine cone. I just thought they looked really cute at the top. Then you're going to take some of this ribbon. I love this ribbon, but let me warn you, friends, this ribbon is really dangerous to work with when it comes to hot glue. So if you are going to do this as a family project, just know that you should use popsicle sticks to help push the ribbon down into place, because it's kind of a thin mesh with glitter all over it, and it will burn your fingers. It'll go straight through that mesh and just get you real bad. So keep that in mind when you're working with this ribbon, but it is just so sparkly and pretty. I love it, especially with the box being so crisp and white. So now see, you're gonna see me here working with a popsicle stick because it just works best to push this ribbon down into place. Then you're going to take some of this beaded garland that they have at the Dollar Tree as well. I love this stuff. I feel like I'm using it in every single video. And they have it in gold, white, and red. I feel like someone said silver, but I haven't seen it in silver. So if you have seen it in silver, maybe that's an option too. Then you're going to go ahead and just place your bow tails in the positions that you like. And then you're just going to hot glue little bits of them down, not completely. You just want to help add some height and some depth to your ribbon. And then get some hot glue and put on those darling buttons. Now I had enough buttons to do 3 up his tummy and 2 for his eyes, but then when it came to the smaller buttons, I could not find them, and I just decided that I was gonna DIY that, and I'm gonna show you in a second. So next we're gonna work on his nose. I took a piece of this burlap ribbon they have in their floral section at the Dollar Tree, and then I'm just folding it and adding hot glue, folding it, adding hot glue. I'm thickening it up so that once it's nice and sturdy, I'm gonna cut that into the shape of a carrot. I really love the texture on this, and I just think it's so darling for his nose. Once you've got that all cut out and it's ready to go, you are then going to take some orange paint and just lightly tap on the top of that burlap. Now I'm using my finger because I feel like this is not going to let too much get on it. I don't want it to be crazy orange. I just want it to be just lightly orange so that you know and get that it's his nose. And then you're just going to hot glue that into place. And I pointed my nose down because I wanted it to not collide with opening the box, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go back to those little buttons. I found some small buttons in my kit. This is actually from a scrapbook button kit that I got years ago, and I'm gonna just paint them black. Once I've got them painted, I can go ahead and add on his face, but first, while they're drying, I decided to add a really pretty red bow with that same ribbon, and then I could do his little smile. So I went ahead and just did tiny little dots of hot glue, and then added on his smile. And here he is, all done.
If you have liked what you've seen here so far with my first 2 DIYs, I would love it if you clicked that subscribe button and joined my channel. It would mean so much to me. I love putting out DIYs for all of you, and I have so many more fun things coming up at the end of November and going into December. So click that button and the notification bell so you will be notified the moment I have a video go live.
The last project I am so excited to share with all of you. When I figured out that they had these 2 different glass items that fit into each other perfectly, I knew that I wanted to make a vintage lantern. What you're going to do to get started is you're going to take some black paint, and with the mason jar that has a handle, you're just going to go over it just once. You don't need to go over it more than once because you're going to be doing some distressing to it in just a few minutes. So you're gonna get it all painted black, and then you're gonna take some white and some of that black and mix it together, and you're just gonna keep adding on layers of this gray color. And this is gonna cause it to look more like a metal. And as you keep working with it and brushing it on, you're gonna have a paper towel next to you so that you can keep wiping off the paint if you get too much, and just keep tabbing it on, getting lighter shades and lighter shades as you go. I love this technique and find that this is so therapeutic when I do it. Once you've got that all done and dry, you're gonna go ahead and take some E6000. Nobody ever talks about it, but this stuff really smells, so just beware when you're working with it. Add some E6000 around to the base of this vase, and then you're going to put it right into your handled jar. Now keep in mind that some of it will squirt out. If it does, get those trusty popsicle sticks out again and just wipe up the excess. Don't use a paper towel because it'll just get stuck, and then you'll have a big mess on your hands. Then you're going to add a ribbon around with a simple 1 tie, and then take some extra pieces of ribbon with little dovetails on the end and glue them out towards the top and the bottom so it makes it look like it's got a really big, thick, beautiful ribbon on it. Here I am again with that beaded garland. I'm gonna go around it once and twist it into place. I love this stuff because you can twirl up the ends on your finger and it just looks so cute. So you could stop here, but I like things to be layered on. So I'm gonna take this really pretty pine pick that has some snow on it, and I'm just gonna put that in place, and I'm gonna help secure it even more with this beaded garland. I'm gonna take it and twist it around so that it stays in place without it ever falling off. These kind of items do fall off over time when you hot glue them on, so this is gonna really keep it in place. And then I'm going to take some berries from that same pick that I used the evergreen from, and I'm going to sneak that down in behind it and glue it all into place. Now, I don't know why I lost the footage of the bow, but I added the bow to it, as you can see, and I also added a pine cone. Now, after I was all done, I decided that I wanted to make it look a little bit better. So I found this small plate that is also in the same places where they keep the vases and the frames at the Dollar Tree. And I just added that to the bottom with some more E6000. Once it's glued and dried in place, you're going to take some more of that paint and just distress it just like you did the base.
Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about these 3 DIYs I've shared today. Which one was your favorite and which one you think you'll try. Let me know if you have any issues at all in making these, if you take them on, and I will get back to you in the comments. And remember to go over and check out Nicole's channel. I cannot wait to go and see her projects. And until the next episode, bye homegirls.